I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While other sweater style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena on. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one Chief Rocket in Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezie. And welcome to the premier Knicks morning show. I'm your main man, once again, the number one Chief Rocker in Knicks Universe, Uncle Freezie. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly. Right? Let's go, party people. Let's go. Let's get it. I'm gonna start off before I say BEM. Right? before I say BEM, I want to start off with a quote from the great American poet Melly Mel. Melly Mel said, "A child is born with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind. God's smiling on you, but he's frowning too, because only God knows what you'll go through." Bam! Let's get it. Hey, Kerry Cox. Hey, when I said that this morning, all I was thinking like, boy, he know he be doing something early in the mornings. All right, y'all know what it is. It's blue tears, orange tears, Blorange Tears. BEM, right? Right? So it's been a busy morning already. Started this morning at 6 o'clock on Fridays. Y'all know how it is. Rise and shine, rise and grind, right? Been up early this morning, working on some personal stuff. Contractual obligations, blah, 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 blah. Y'all know what it is. Right? Y'all already know what it is. So, and as this morning, when I was starting my day early this morning, you know, I was thinking like, yo, how nice would it be for all of us to get together and kick it one day? Like just one day, just everybody kicking it. I mean, and not on like no weirdo stuff, right? Not on some, oh my God, look at him. You know what I'm saying? Not on nothing like that, but just chilling out, man, relaxing, chilling out, enjoying company. Right? Right? I was thinking about that. I was like, yeah, man, I can sit back and let Alawaz buy me drinks all day. No, I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding on that part, man. I'm not one of those people that use people or whatever. I'm just joking on that part, man. But yeah, getting together, doing some type of function where we can get together and see each other and all of that. So maybe that should be in the plans for the future, right? Maybe that should be in the plan for the future. Secondly, let me apologize for what happened last night. Spectrum, the internet provider, the major, maybe only internet provider in our area, had an outage last night. So the Knicks at Night podcast got cut short. So let me apologize for that. Third, I'm doing I got cords everywhere, man. So tonight I'm doing an event with Gregory Castillo and Big Tone, and we're going to talk Knicks, Heat, Spurs, and general NBA and a bunch of stuff. So keep an eye out for that for later. Right? Keep an eye out for that for later. Right? Also, I wanted to talk about some Knicks content, some real Knicks topics. There are so many topics out here for us to talk about. I really can't get to them all. I know sometimes we get sidetracked. Well, a lot of times we get sidetracked. So it's like one of those deals where it's like even when we start a topic, we rarely get to it. I drew up something last night. It kind of made me laugh. I just want to play it just to get us off on the right foot. Big 60. Don't! Big 60. Don't! Big 60. Knicks fan, are you on the Big 60 bandwagon? Right? East Blue Drew is in the house. Kev Guapo is in the house. The son of the legend Kerry Cox is in the house. David L is in the house. Rodney Atkins, Mr. Atkins is in the house. Allard Wise is in the house. Bronx Mel is in here. Andrew College is in here. What's good, y'all? Okay. So let's talk about some things that may be the elephant in the room, but maybe not. I want to start off today with the elephant in the room. Right? Hey, Mr. Kerry, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that for sure. For sure. Right? Gregory Castillo was in the house. Yeah, man. Major crossover event tonight. Right? Like 3 NBA YouTube platforms coming together. That's going to be major. Make sure y'all check that out. Right? Make sure y'all check that out. It's going to be later on tonight. You'll get the notification. All right. I think it's going to be 9 o'clock Eastern time, 8 o'clock Central, or 10 o'clock. And I forget the time. Let me see. Let me go back and let me double check. Let me check the time just to be sure. Yep. So I have it listed for 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be fun. I hope you guys come through and check it out. It's definitely going to be fun. Man, listen, Big Tone is always fun to hang out with, man. Always. Always fun to hang out with. But let me start with the RJ Barrett conversation. the elephant in the proverbial room. The proverbial elephant in the proverbial room. Right? I want to start off with RJ. If you are a Knicks fan, do you need to see RJ Barrett take the next step? Or are you okay with RJ Barrett taking another incremental step? Are you comfortable with RJ Barrett being basically the same player with a little bit of improvement? Maybe his rebound, maybe he's the same offensive player from last year, but his rebounding numbers go up a little bit. Are you okay with that as a Knicks fan? The reason why I ask that question is because I feel like, as a Knicks fan, in order for us to get to Big 60, RJ has to contribute. RJ has got to contribute. That's better. That's better. That way I don't have to have this light directly in my grill. Does RJ have to be borderline all-star in order for you to be okay with RJ's progress? And here's the reason why I ask. He's a number 3 pick, and he was a number 3 pick in a draft like 4 years ago. Right? He came to the Knicks with a lot of hype. Right? He got to the Knicks at a time where the Knicks were down. So do you need RJ to take the next step? And listen, I know we want to tie other players into the conversation. I'm going to get to them. Right? I'm going to get to them, but what I want to talk about though is RJ. Is RJ Barrett's organic development and ascension essential to what the Knicks want to do going forward? Or can the Knicks keep rising to the top, so to speak, while RJ Barrett develops? And the reason why I ask that is, how patient are you going to be with RJ in the process? For instance, are you more interested in what the Knicks are going to do right now or the future of the New York Knicks? And if you're interested in what the Knicks want to do right now, you may be telling yourself, we don't have time to wait on RJ. We need to go get Brandon Ingram. You may be telling yourself that. And for me, I'm starting to leave one camp and enter another. Personally, the Uncle Freezie's opinion, right? I'm tempted to leave the play the kids, play the kids, develop the kids, I believe the children are the future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. I'm tempted to leave that camp and step into the hurry up and buy. Hurry up and buy. I'm starting to into that camp. Is it fair? I would say when you ask the question, is it fair? I would ask you, fair to who? Is it fair to the player? I don't care nothing. I don't care that much about the player. Is it fair to the fan? The fans just want to be entertained. Right? Now, is it fair to me? Is it fair to me? I'm going to say no. I don't think it's fair to me. I don't think it's fair to me in that I get stuck in this middle ground of waiting on a young player, waiting on a championship, waiting on a front office, waiting on a coaching staff, right? Waiting on the outside media, waiting for the internal media. Meanwhile, I'm investing watch hours and guap in waiting. And as a Knicks fan, if you don't go to games, listen, I'm not begrudging you, right? I'm not forcing you. Right? To spend your money on Knicks stuff, right? Or such as swag and tickets and services and networks and all that stuff. I'm not forcing you to do anything, right? But what I would tell you is you guys do it anyway. And is it fair to you that you get a substandard product every year? Is it fair? And we all spend money to varying degrees. I was just speaking to Boulevard about that the other day. Wacko was in the building. What's good, boss? I was just speaking with Boulevard 73 about this same issue. So games 2 and 3 for the Knicks. One is in Atlanta, Georgia. One is in New Orleans, Louisiana. He and I talked about going to the game in Atlanta, getting a Sprinter van, getting on the road, driving to New Orleans from Atlanta so that we can see the Knicks. Back to back, no days in between, right? They play in Atlanta Friday night, in New Orleans Saturday night. And what we're talking about doing is we're getting game footage and about the trip. You know what I'm saying? Maybe tell some jokes while Corey Lee is driving. You know, stopping in weird places like Mississippi to get gas, tell stories, blowing a horn, yelling Knicks out the window. Let's go Knicks. All the way to New Orleans, Louisiana. Right? And so my thing is, why? Have the New York Knicks given us a product where we should drive 12 hours with no sleep to catch them in the next NBA city. Right? So it's not like Wacko and myself catching the Knicks in the Garden and then then the next day going to see the Knicks and the Nets in Barclays. Nah. See, it's not like that, right? See, it's not like me and Black Andy, right? Going to see the Knicks in Boston and then getting in a car and driving to the city to see the Knicks and the Celtics in Manhattan. There's a difference, right? There's a difference. Now you're talking about Airbnbs, renting cars, gas, all these things just to go see our Knicks play back to back. Right? It's a lot. And mind you, I don't live in Atlanta. I would have to drive to Atlanta, watch the game, then drive from Atlanta to New Orleans, and then drive back to Atlanta, and then drive home another 4 hours. Right? So, Andy, you got to play along, bro. Andy, come on, bro. You got to cut me some slack. You got to play along. See, the thing about that is, the thing about this, Middleton, the thing about this is if you've flown before, if you've ever caught a flight, you know that you are at the discretion of the airline. If you've flown before, you know that if your connecting flight is late, you're going to have to wait in an airport maybe 6 hours. Trust me, I know. Trust me, I know. I know about flying, right? And then if you know anything about big airports like Atlanta to New Orleans, you know, would it be better just to drive? Trust, I know what it's like flying from Charlotte to Atlanta, right? Leaving my house, driving to Charlotte 2 hours to take a 45-minute flight to Atlanta when I can drive to Atlanta in 4 hours. Right? But the Knicks aren't concerned. The Knicks aren't concerned about any of that stuff, right? The Knicks are just concerned with you know, did the game sell out and did they win? Did the game sell out? Was it a nationally televised game? And did the Knicks win? And then the thing about flying too, The thing about flying and the travel is imagine this. I leave my house Thursday morning, drive to Atlanta, get to Atlanta in midday traffic. I can't check into the Airbnb until 3:00. I let Corey Lee and everybody, I let Corey Lee and Worldwide L from For the Love of the Game and all at Todd Barbie and all our Georgia folks know I'm in the building. I'm in the spot. Come holler at your boy. I text them the address of the Airbnb for them to come through and holler at their mans. They come hang out. We hang out for a little while, whatever. Do what grown-ups do. You know what I'm saying? Have a good time. Right? Then we go to the game and the Knicks lose. Just an example. I'm not saying it'll happen because we own Atlanta, right? But say the Knicks lose, we go to the airport with a bad attitude, upset, frustrated that we lost, right? The flight get delayed. Now we pissed. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to get to New Orleans, say, at 4:15 in the morning. We wind up getting there at 9:00 in the morning. Sleep a little bit, find your Airbnb and sleep a little bit, or your hotel and sleep a little bit. Right? And then you cranky, you try to make the best of it. Things not going your way, and then you go see the Knicks lay an egg in a back-to-back against the Pelicans because they just played the previous night. Right? And so you leave there, you go to the airport, and your flight is delayed. You mad because the Knicks lost twice. Right? The Knicks are 1-2, or whatever their record is at that point. 0-3, whatever the record is. Right? Your flight is delayed from New Orleans to Atlanta. You get to Atlanta late, right? And then if you're Bully and Uncle Freezie, Bully has to take a flight, or maybe he takes his flight from New Orleans back to Queens, right? He flies from New Orleans to Queens, right? But if you Uncle Freezie, guess what you got to do when you get back to Atlanta? You got to drive on I-20 four and a half hours all the way home just to do the Knicks at Night podcast when you get back, right? Because I know everybody wants the Knicks at Night podcast every day, right? So you do the Knicks at Night podcast that night to wake up the next morning to do the 718 boys and old school Knicks, and everybody is pissed off. So Knicks, I'm asking you to give us something. Give us something, right? Give us something. I'm a fan. I ride the road. I ride for the Knicks. I ride for the Knicks, man. I ride for the Knicks. I ride for them so much so that we do a show twice a day on YouTube about the Knicks. And so what I'm saying is when it comes to development and things of that sort, is it fair to these NBA players? Listen, I don't care if it's fair to them. And if they're an NBA player and they hear a fan say all this stuff and they still have like a bourgeois attitude towards the fans, that's a them problem. right? But just like I have respect for you guys that show up every day and try to put forth a great product every day and listen to you guys and basically give you guys what it is that you're looking for, I would expect the Knicks organization to do the same. Ultimately, the thing I want from the Knicks is simple. Just win, baby. Just win. 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 JJ, is that too much to ask? For your favorite team to win? It's the reason why I root for the I ain't gonna even hold you. My favorite team in sports is the New York Mets. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I have my swag ratio is 70% Mets, 30% Knicks. Right? Or let me say it this way. Right, let me say it this way. So it's probably 65% Mets, 30% Knicks, and 5% other. Like I got some Gamecock stuff in here and some New Jersey Devils stuff in here, right? Right. JJ, I'm with you. I'm with you. The Mets are my heart, man. I love the Knicks, but I love the first sports team I ever loved was the Mets. Cleon Jones, Tommy Agee, Anthony D. Old enough. Anthony D. How old is Anthony D? Anthony AD. How old is AD? Like what? AD must be like 68, 69, 70. AD was there when Joe Frazier fought for the New York State championship. Shout out to my man Anthony. Shout out to my man AD. Shout old school Knicks is in the building. Shout out to AD, right? But yeah, so all I'm asking is for a little in return. Just win. Just win, baby. It's not listen, winning is not hard, right? Winning is not as hard as what these teams say it is. These teams are like, oh, we have to establish a culture, and in that culture, it's gonna attract a star, and once we attract some stars, then we'll have the stars in that culture, and such and such and such. And I'm like, and I'm telling them, yo, GI is in the building. The ghetto intellect, what's happening? Yo, what I'm saying to you guys is this. Like we pick nits all the time. Oh, RJ's jump shot. Oh, if Quentin Grimes would just shoot more. Oh, if Tom Thibodeau rotations were such and such. Right? And so what I'm gonna say to you, what I'm gonna say to you is simple. Winning is easier than what we admit to. The thing is with champions and losers, our champions will do whatever it takes to win, and losers want to win with a certain style. That's as basic as it gets. That's as basic as it gets. Champions will do whatever it takes to win, whatever it takes to win. Losers want to win in a certain way. right? I'm going to use the example. I'm going to use the example of Evander Holyfield, right? And I'm not saying that he's the greatest champion. What I'll say is he won a championship or two. And he didn't do it with the fancy footwork of Muhammad Ali. He didn't do it with the power of Mike Tyson, right? He didn't do it with a technical style of Lennox Lewis. He didn't do it with one superior punch like Larry Holmes, a superior jab. Evander Holyfield got in there and figured it out. Cover the Spread is in the building. Salute. Salute, Papa. Papa Bear's in the building. Top of the AM. Anthony D says he did it with Peds. What's Peds? Anthony D said he did it with Peds. Okay. Okay. What I'm saying is if you're a Knicks fan this morning, you're like, oh, but RJ Barrett looks like he's taking the next step. Jalen Brunson is leading Team USA. Julius Randle is rehabbing an injury. Quentin Grimes is saucing up such and such player from such and such team and whatever. And what I'm saying is winning or trying to win with a certain style is always a recipe for disaster. Win at all costs. And I'm going to ask Cover the Spread this. Cover the Spread. When's the last time you saw a Knicks player dive on the floor for a loose ball? When's the last time you saw a Knicks player have 5 or 6 20 rebound games in a season? Right? I see y'all brought up Josh Hart, right? But I see on the play that Miami took an 8-point lead on us and the ball was on the floor. Josh Hart did not get on the floor. He tried to scoop it up and didn't grab it. And Miami went the other way and laid it in. So maybe Josh Hart does do it, but I don't know if this is as frequent as we think. AD said Tyson Chandler. Wow, that was a long time ago. When's the last time you saw a Knicks player have 8 blocks in a game? Or six steals in a game? When's the last time you seen a Knicks player with 6 steals in one game? 7 or 8 blocks in a game? When's the last time you saw a Knicks player take 3 or 4 charges in one game? No, that's a lot. I know that's a lot, right? When's the last time you saw a Knicks player have 15 assists in a game? When's the last time you saw a Knicks player with 10 assists in one game? And then now let me ask you this. Because I asked some very difficult questions, right? Now here are some questions that are probably just as difficult, but maybe easier to answer. When's the last time you saw a Knicks player score 20 points in a game? When's the last time you saw a Knicks player score 20 points in a game? When's the last time you saw a Knicks player take 15 shots in a game? When's the last time you saw a Knicks player celebrate after they made one stupid basket? When's the last time you saw a Knicks player dunk the ball on a fast break where he was wide open, dunk, and then start celebrating, throwing his hands up in the air, talking about get the energy up? Or when's the last time you saw a player take a 27-foot three-pointer and make it and start pointing at his arm? I'm him. I'm him. When's the last time you saw that? What I'm saying is winning is easy. Winning a certain way is hard. What I'm saying to you, if you're a Knicks fan right now, think about this. When's the last time you saw a Knicks player score 50, 55, almost 60 points? Right? That should be once in a generation, right? But when's the last time you saw it? Nick Yak says, quickly celebrating the three, prancing down the court, and we down by 12. Thank you for that, Nick Yak. I appreciate you. Good morning, too, by the way. Good morning. Appreciate that. What I'm saying, listen, I know everybody want me to talk about the schedule. We're going to talk about the schedule. We got plenty of, trust me. The schedule breakdown, listen, it's August. We're going to still be breaking down that schedule all the way through September, all the way through October. Trust me. I know y'all want to talk about it. I know y'all want to talk about it. What I want to do, though, is appeal to the sensibilities that a lot of YouTubers neglect. Stuff like how difficult it is to win an NBA championship. And what I'm telling you, the common everyday Knicks fan, is winning championships is not as hard as what people make it out to be. The teams that win do whatever it takes to win, even if it means the championship team, even if that means their center play makes for guards, even if that means guards are screening for a big 275-pound center, even if that means a league MVP caliber player is sacrificing his game so that others can eat. He's better than everybody, but he's sacrificing his game for the betterment of the team. When's the last time you saw a Knicks All-Star sacrifice his game for the betterment of the team? I'm going to hold my breath while y'all answer. If I pass out, somebody come splash water on me. When's the last time you saw a Knicks All-Star sacrifice his game for the betterment of the team. When's the last time you saw your star player diving on the floor for loose balls? Right? And Nick Yak says, do you see the downs Brunson, especially RJ is throwing? Yeah, yeah. And you know, my question though to that though, Nick Yak, is why don't we see that when the Knicks are playing? And I'm not questioning you, because that's a good question. What I'm asking, and as a retort and in general, is why we don't see that in orange and blue. Hey, Jose Perez is in the building. Yeah, hey, so where I'm going with this is winning is not as difficult as what we think. Winning is not about pseudo stars or pseudo culture. Winning is about doing whatever it takes to win. Whatever it takes. If it calls for rebounding that night, then everybody gets on the boards and rebound. Shots not going, everybody rebound. Right? The other team is coming in on a heater. Well, buckle up. Everybody got to get together and grind. No one part is bigger than the machine. When's the last time you saw Julius Randle sacrifice his offensive game for the betterment of the team? When's the last time you saw Carmelo Anthony do it? When Carmelo Anthony was here, did Carmelo Anthony do it? Sacrifice his offense for the team? And if he did not, what is the result of Carmelo Anthony looking to score all night? What's the end result? Did Carmelo Anthony sacrifice his offense for the betterment of the team, and what was the result? Julius Randle sacrificing his offense for the betterment of the team, and what is the result? And David L says, hey, double teamed Melo. So if Melo is double teamed, that means someone else is open, right? Right? So here's my thing with it. Here's the point that I'm getting to with it. Here's my thing with it. I think the Knicks can win 60 games. Definitely 55. Definitely 55. But 60 is not unattainable. And how we get there is not by dreaming of a savior to come save us. Not dreaming of Joel Embiid walking into the Sixers front office and say, trade me to the Knicks or I'm going to sit out. That's not the way you win a championship. That's not how you win a championship. How you win a championship is a commitment to doing whatever it takes to win. if that means Randall has to average 18 points and 15 rebounds, then Randall, you have to average 18 points and 15 rebounds if we have to win. You have to commit to it. Saying 15 rebounds, that's like saying if you average 10 and you like 15 rebounds, are you crazy? Nobody averages 15 rebounds in the NBA. Oh, really? So the goal would be to average 30 points? So averaging 30 points would be easier. Hmm. And also my thing is with Tom Thibodeau, you got accountability has to be a real thing. Accountability can't be a fake thing. We all know what accountability means, and we know what accountability means when we hear it. But if you're not holding players accountable, don't say the word accountability. Tibbs is out here. One young guy makes a mistake. Tibbs snatches them out of the game. A veteran player has a meltdown on the court, pouting like a baby, having a tantrum. And they try to calm him down and put him back in the game. One young player questions Tom Thibodeau. Tibbs, what are you doing, man? The next thing you know, you're traded to Nap City. Right? But another player complains all the time and even loses you a game. Right? Loses you a game and nothing is said, at least publicly. Wiz is in the building. Wiz says if RJ averages 18 points on 8 of 15 shots, 5 assists, 5 rebounds per game, we win 8 to 10 more games than last year. Wow. Okay, Wiz, I hear you. What I'm saying is all these things we put around winning are fake things. Yeah, you know, we're trying to hold each other accountable and, trying to pick each other up, the chemistry inside the locker room. I don't want to hear that shit. I ain't want to hear that. I don't want to hear all of that. I worked in listen, I'm in corporate America right now. I hear these things all the time. And all it is honey for your ears. All it is ambrosia for your ears. All it is slick PR talk to keep a fan base from, guess what? Holding their team accountable. That's all it is. That's all it is. What I'm saying to you is how are you going to tell me that, it's all about team accountability? We're all holding each other accountable and blase, blah, right? When the team is as young as it's ever been right now. Where are you? Where are your veteran leaders? Where is your wise counsel? I'm asking Anthony D this specifically, right? Anthony D, is this not the youngest looking Knicks team you've ever seen? Where is your Herb Williams? Where is your Derrick Rose? Where's your Taj Gibson at? We have young players that are legit coming down with 3 defenders in their face, taking 27-foot 3-pointers and missing, and then getting back on defense, pointing, hey, yeah, this is your responsibility, right? Blah, blah. Bro, wait a minute. You just took a 27-foot 3-pointer with 3 people on you, and you were the only one back. And nobody held you accountable. Nobody said anything to you. And I know I sound like the tea kettle now. Oh, there you go. He about to start hollering. The heat done got to him. No, what I'm saying is winning is easier than what we think it is. But since we don't do it, we think it's difficult. What I'm saying to you ultimately is maybe we should do away with all the divas and bring in those guys, those type of players that will do anything to win. I'll give you an example of a player that'll do anything to win. Gary Payton II. And I know y'all are like, man, Gary Payton, GP2? Yeah, I know. What I'm saying is as a role player, he'll do anything. That you'll see that dude playing power forward if it takes that. At 6'2". At 6'2". This dude will do anything it takes. Steph Curry will say, hey, man, listen, this is what we need, and GP2 will do it. And so are the Knicks trying to find those type of players right now? I think so. DiVincenzo is that type player. Josh Hart is that type player. They got rid of Obi. They brought in Nate Knight. Nate Knight is that type player. Nate Knight is legit a bull in a china shop. You don't know if he gonna hurt himself or others, but somebody's getting hurt with Nate Knight on the floor. But we put up these facades and things to say that yeah, we just need a Brandon Ingram. No, we don't need a Brandon Ingram. We need dudes that are gonna fight for the ball belongs to them. Those dudes. And I'm not saying thugs. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not using the old argument, go get dogs. We need dogs. No, what I'm saying is we need guys that value winning more than they value stats. We need guys that value winning more than they value accolades. We need guys that value winning more than they value fame. We need guys that value winning over everything. And when you have guys like that, your culture is set. You don't need an environment to put people in order to be that. You need the people are the culture. That's what I'm saying. The people, the players are the culture, not the type of Gatorade you drink or not the gymnasium that you practice in, not your practice facility, right? Not your practice facility with all these banners. You walk into a practice facility with all these banners and retired jerseys. That's not culture. Those are decorations. The fact that the practice facility has championships from 1970 and 1973 and 100 jerseys hanging in the Raptors and 2 Larry O'Brien trophies in glass that players see every day, and Hall of Famers walking around on their cane. Yeah, back in my day, I used to be. Nah, that's decoration. You don't need a Hall of Fame point guard announcing your games. We dishing and swishing, baby. No, that's nice for the audience. On the floor, you need guys that value winning over everything. Everything. Right? Not like, yo, you know what I'm saying? New York City is lit and blah, 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 man. Yo, I'm the king of New York. I'm the king of the city. Blah, blah, blah. Nah. Nah, we need dudes that are going to flat out value winning over everything. You don't need a Hall of Fame broadcaster that says bang when you hit a clutch 3. That's nice. It's nice to have. You don't need a Hall of Fame point guard with all kind of floral decorative suits and everything. Talk about dishing and swishing. It's nice to have, and we love it. But you don't need that. Right? You don't need the practice facility to be decorated with all types of banners. Oh, look, there's Phil Jackson's jersey. We retired Phil Jackson's number. That inspires me. Really? You walk into the practice facility and you are inspired by a dude old enough to be your granddaddy. We legit are talking about, as Knicks fans, we are legit talking about the wrong stuff. The stuff that we should be talking about is we deserve a championship in fast order. And not only do we deserve a championship in fast order, we deserve a championship as of 20 years ago. We're 20 years past due for a championship. Easily. Keith Turner is in the building. Keith Turner says, I need a vacation from the Knicks. He need a vacation from the Knicks in the offseason. That just tells you how aggravated he is. It's the offseason and he need a vacation from the offseason. East Blue Juice says, Willis, Dave DeBuscher, Sprewell, Houston inspired me. Right. But not what inspires you, East Blue Drew. Not what inspires you, right? What inspires the players. What inspires the players. Because currently on this path that we're on, we don't know when the Knicks are going to get this thing right about understanding that winning is easy if you commit to winning. We got to commit to winning, man. Winning is easy when you do whatever it takes to do so. Are the Knicks going to commit to winning, man? Are the Knicks going to commit to winning? Winning has to be the priority of the day every day. It can't be a nice to have. It has to be a must have. Winning has to be a must have. That's why I'm saying when you see guys coming to the game and they super fly, they have on all these nice outfits. They drive these fancy cars to the game. They play in all these major cities in the front of all these beautiful women. Keep turning. I ain't gonna lie, bro. When you go to the game, like when you sit right behind courtside, this is for my man Keith Turner. I'm just talking to him for this. Turner, when you go to the game, like when you right behind the benches, it's full of the most beautiful ladies you've ever seen in your life. Bro, when I tell you that, say you're 10 feet behind the bench, in between you and the bench is like one or two rows of the most beautiful women you've ever seen in your life. And it's all around that little bowl on the inside, bro. All around, like right behind the bench. When y'all watch the NBA game this year, you're gonna see super rich dudes and beautiful women. That's what you're gonna see. That's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see dudes that want to be in business relationships with NBA players, and dudes and women that want to be in bed with NBA players. And that little bowl around. I see it in Atlanta every time I go. Every time I go to Atlanta, right? You see millionaire dudes, right, in that little bowl area. You see them, the goofball looking dudes. Y'all watch TV. Y'all know I ain't BSing y'all. Y'all see it. Y'all see it, man. I'm not telling y'all something that y'all don't know. Every time you watch an NBA game, you see some goober-looking dude trying to dress slick, but you know he a goober, and he at the game for two reasons. Because he has that discretionary money, right, to throw away. Yeah, he can pay that $3,800 a night just to sit there, right? $3,800 just so that RJ Barrett can walk past him going into the game. And then you also see the most beautiful women that you've ever seen in your life around them. You see it. And if you're an NBA player, and you're around dudes that can make you millions and millions of dollars, endorsements and connections and all that, and then once the business is out of the way, you got like 50 women just waiting for you to talk to them. IQ, can you take a selfie with me? IQ, sure, girl. I'll take this selfie with you. Where you want to take this selfie at? Right? And what I'm speaking to, and it sounds like I'm all over the place, but what I'm speaking to is the distractions of the game. What I'm speaking to is the distractions of the NBA game. Legit, man, the NBA champion, even the NBA champions are distracted. And so what I'm asking is winning important? Because I personally think winning is easy if you focus on it. But if winning is not your focus, if being an all-star is your focus, then you can't have split focuses. You cannot have split focuses. You can't want to be an all-star and want to get endorsements and want to be famous and also want to win a championship. Nah. What I'm saying to you is this, amongst all the other stuff that I said, is if your priorities are not in order, you're not going to win. If you want to be an all-star, a Hall of Famer, filthy rich, super famous, and win, then you're not going to win. But if you want to win, the Hall of Fame could come. If you want to win, fame could come. If you want to win, fortune may come. Right? But when you prioritize everything else over winning, it's going to tell. When you prioritize everything over winning, you know what your career is going to look like? It's going to look like someone that prioritized everything over winning. And I'm not trying to kick Obi Toppin in his back while he on his way out the door. But let me tell you what I saw with my own froggy eyes. I'll tell you what I saw with my own froggy eyes, right? I saw in Charlotte, Obi Toppin miss a defensive rotation at the rim and blamed RJ Barrett. In that same game, later on in that game, Obi Toppin got a breakaway dunk. And when Obi dunked, the whole crowd said, boom! When Obi dunked in Spectrum Center, right? Right? And so what I'm saying to you is Obi's dunk, whether it was a 780 off the glass between the legs, right? It's still 2 points. Or if he would have did a Hoosier style layup off the box, guess how much it's worth? 2 points. So this dude could have did a Zach LaVine slam dunk contest dunk from the free throw line, and it's worth 2 points. Or he could have did a Hoosiers Gene Hackman layup off the box, and it's worth 2 points. Right? But you miss defensive assignments and things like that and blame a guard for not doing big man duties. Where it says it's going to look like Dwight Howard's career, all fluff and no stuff, all bling and no ring. Right. Yeah, what I'm saying to you ultimately is this. If this roster does not commit to doing whatever it takes to win, then we won't win 50 games. We won't win 60 games. Is out of no. 60 games ain't a possibility. But dudes are being Doritos commercials though. And they'll be driving up to the game and some type of Ferrari. They'll be driving some type of Ferrari to the game. And they'll be on all types of, they'll be doing, Hulu has live sports commercials. They'll be doing commercials. Oh, Hulu has live sports. They'll be out there with man purses and $80,000 watches and $100,000 in jewelry around their neck, right? Taking a shower, going to the club afterwards. But you lost by 9 to Charlotte, who had lost 4 in a row coming into the game. Anyway, that's all I got. I'm out of here. I'll holler at y'all later, man. Check out me, Gregory Castillo, and Big Tone at 9 o'clock. A major YouTube event. We'll holler at y'all later.